TV, don't watch a YouTube video or whatever. Just try and see how you actually don't chew your food, because many people don't, and you can't realize it when you're just distracted with YouTube videos or Facebook or Instagram. But if you actually remove all the distraction and really sit down and pay attention and and take try to chew your food until it's almost liquefied in your mouth. That's the optimal way to actually do it. And many people, including myself, don't do it, all the time. And this is huge, by the way, because especially if you eat something like meat, which is heavier food, sometimes vegetables, that can also cause problems with your digestion if you don't chew the food properly, because it takes much more effort from your digestive system to actually do your job in a way, because you are too in a hurry to swallow your food. Now the digestive system needs to do double work, or sometimes triple if you're really in a hurry. So
That is true.
this is what I call mindful eating, to just pay attention and to actually feel how the taste of the food feels in your mouth, and how is it chewed enough? Is there am I swallowing too big of a pieces, or am I chewing properly how it's supposed to do?
And people will recognize that it takes longer time to eat that way. And I said, wow,
Absolutely.
like this is too much. No, that is not too much. That's the way to eat.
And another plus, if you want to lose weight, is that you inevitably eat less if you eat like that. Inevitably, because it takes time for the message to go to the brain that you're already full and you don't need any more food. It takes sometimes something like 10 minutes to actually feel that you're satisfied, but by the time that message goes to your brain to tell you, okay, you can stop eating, you've eaten half a plate or more of food, and then you feel stuffed, and you barely can breathe, and you want to take a nap and all that. When you eat slowly and you chew the food properly, you will inevitably eat less than that food, especially if the food is highly nutritious and good for your body, and it's not some, you know, low quality junk food, as they call it.
So I have a question. Since we're talking about mindful eating, and there's different schools of thought on drinking while you eat. What is your opinion? Like drinking water, or
Drink.
drinking anything, not like alcohol.
Well, I used to think that when you drink water during your meals, that can damage the digestion process, and all the enzymes and this and that. But after I took my nutrition course, I basically learned from there that the amount of water you need to drink to actually dilute that acid that's in your stomach was something like 50 liters or something like that. So therefore, I of course I didn't take it as a rule. From there, what I know is that it's good for your digestion if before, like 15 minutes before you eat, you drink 1 or 2 cups of water, glasses of water, preferably with, if you drink your water with just a bit of salt in there, just a pinch of salt on every liter of water throughout the day. As for during the meal, if you drink a little bit, it's not gonna harm you in any way. Of course, if you drink one after the other cups while you're eating, well, mainly you will feel bloated and you will feel heavy and not very pleasant. But if you drink a little bit of water, like some foods, they are just drier, and they you need a little bit of water just to get them through. But it's not harmful. That's my opinion. It's not harmful if you drink a little bit of water, even
Yeah.
before or after.
Kia and Basil, I learned that, and I've been doing that, and it's true. They said, do you drink water 30 minutes the meal, and 30 minutes after the meal. And when you drink 30 minutes before, your saliva gets more heavy, so you have a lot of saliva in your mouth. So when you're eating, you don't feel that you need to drink anything because your body is hydrated to intake that food. So when you eat it, and I do that, and I feel I don't need to drink anything while I'm eating. Then when I finish, I wait 15, 20, or 30 minutes, and then I finish drinking the water. And I feel big change in the way I eat. Because before I was eating and drinking because I feel like dry. Oh my God, this is not gonna go through. But then I learned that if 30 minutes or in 30 minutes after, hydrate your body to receive the food.
Also, they say that if you drink 30 minutes before you eat, you will feel more full. So if you're trying to lose weight, you won't eat as much. Do you think that that's true?
If it's 30 minutes before a meal, I don't think so, because it depends on how much you drink. If you drink a glass of water, it will be so quickly absorbed that it's not gonna fill your stomach. But sometimes the feeling of hunger is actually thirst. And if you drink 1 cup or 2 cups, maybe 3 during the day, I'm not saying before or after a meal, but during the day, if you think maybe I'm hungry, maybe I'm not. If you drink 1 or 2 cups of water, you may find out that you're actually thirsty and not hungry. And what Gloria said about the hydration, it's important throughout the day. It's not just before and after the meal, but if throughout the day you're well hydrated, that's what promotes digestion as well. It helps. And also the saliva, as she mentioned, it's correct. So water is important. Hydration is very important, and good quality water as well, because that's another thing that the tap water is not really. It's again similar like the fruits and vegetables, full of all kinds of chemicals, and
Yeah, I agree. And especially here with the crumbling infrastructure that we have, a lot of our old cities have old pipes and old water systems. So I think it's really important. And to me, if I drink tap water, it tastes very bad to me. So I have to drink filtered water. And there's all sorts of filters out there that are inexpensive that you can start with there. But I actually am obsessed with alkaline water. And what do you think about the benefits of alkaline water?
I'm not quite familiar with the details about it, but I've heard only positive things about it. That's what I can say. And I haven't dived in to get information for myself, but I've heard from here and there and podcasts and so forth that it is good. It's I don't know the exact benefits, but apparently it's positive than negative.
Right on. What I know is that from lots and lots of interviews and talking to people and doing my own research, is that your body functions better when it's more alkaline, and things like cancer doesn't grow in that kind of environment. So if you reduce the amount of acids that exist in your body, and drinking alkaline water is a great way to start that process, you can have a lot of health benefits. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair, and it's good. It's really good for you. It's really, really good for you. And so I definitely recommend it. Water is there's different waters, right? People don't know that there's different kinds of waters that offer different things. You can get, I think, extra hydrogenated water, and there's this thing called Kangen water that's supposed to be the best water. It's very expensive, but there's so much water. There are different kinds of water that you can improve your diet, improve your lifestyle. And something else that's really, I have one kidney, right? So I had a kidney removed a few years ago. So I'm really well versed in water, because it's so important for me to be able to live, right, with one kidney.
Yeah.
And what else I can tell you is, for those of us that, we're all aging, no matter what age you are. I can guarantee you're going to age as long as you're alive. But what you can do is drink a lot of water. Drinking a lot of water keeps you hydrated, keeps your systems running, functioning properly, and it actually is amazing for your skin and keeping it
Mhm.
youthful and plump. So raisins are wrinkled because they're dried out and
Yeah,
dehydrated, right? So if you want to be
exactly.
plump like a grape, you've got to
Mhm.
be hydrated.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
another thing about the water, when you go to the supermarket to buy your water, make sure the bottle of the water said purified, because all kind of waters, like Kia said, there's some more cheaper than other ones. Yes, but they said purify. That's the water and bottle that you should buy.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
so Basil, so a person comes to you and wants to transform their lives, and I know you help them with the fitness, you coach them with the way they eat, and also personal development, right? Can you
Hmm.
explain to us how do you help to people to work in the personal development? How you start with that?
Well, the first thing that is extremely important is, of course, to get to know the person, because that's where it all begins. Doesn't matter if it's a business coach or a personal trainer, fitness coach, or whatever it is. You need to get to know the person and actually see the situation from their point of view. And from there, of course, you go through different steps, like and it's a common approach from in a different types of coaching. It's not just for a nutrition coach or this or that, but you establish goals. What kind of goals, you break them down to smaller, more achievable things, and those smaller goals, so to say, into daily habits. For example, uh, I would ask a person things like what he or she is willing to change. Is he willing to change anything at all? Because there are different kinds of levels and clients, because not there are some clients who are extremely motivated and who do everything that you told them without a question, without anything. There are people that you need to actually push them a little bit. There are other ones that really want to change but are having trouble changing their habits, changing their lifestyle. It really depends on the case and the willingness of the person to actually change, and their motivation and their goals and their why. Of course, why they're doing that. Because sometimes, and I know from experience, that some whys, even though that we think that they're enough, they're not. Because apparently we're still not doing what we're supposed to do, so therefore the why maybe is not big enough for us. Maybe we think, yeah, I really want to do to achieve that, or have that body, or have that business, but we still don't do it for some reason. And the reason is usually somewhere, in the mind, or in the subconscious mind even. And the why is, it's really important, because it's the carrot in front of the on the stick in front of the donkey. It drives you to the goal. And if there is nothing big enough to actually drive you, you might